A little bit, I'm going to use the full 60 amps for this edge weld. All right, I'm going to start back here and get in place. Now, typically on this, I don't want to have no extreme angles, either straight upright or give yourself 15 to 20 degrees. All right, I'm going to choose the 15 degrees. Do a little practice run. I'm only going to stop to there. All right, practice it up. All right, nothing's getting in my way. I am ready. Eyes. Full pedal. Dab, dab. Coming off the edge. Post flow. Allow that post flow to go. All right, once you're done, double check your tip. Make sure it's still clean, which it is. I only did just a little bit. Now you can see the difference in height from this one to this one. And you just slowly build up the material. Now I left a little bit of a dot because I'm going to use that to my advantage. That's going to help start the arc. It's going to blend down. I'm going to get my arc height correct, and then I'm going to keep beading. All right, and I'm going to continue this down. All right. Still 60 amps, and I was full pedal. All right, get my eagle claw. Just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna start right at that peak. All right, eyes, full pedal. It melted down. Dab. Get right into it. Coming to the end of my weld, I'm going to slowly back off and taper down. Allow that post flow. Check my tungsten, it's still clean. All right. Now I got a pretty even bead that's a little bit higher. I'm looking down. I'm making sure that I have a lip so I know it consumed over. Well, let me take that back. It didn't eat away the edge, it built over onto it. All right, same thing on this side. I have just a little bit. I was able to control this side because I could see it, right? It's just right on the edge and stuff. But now I have a little bit more height. This is done in a lot of places where, you know, you need to have like more height. Again, if a machinist accidentally machined a little bit too much, you can build that material back up so they can machine it back down to the correct specs and stuff. But this is very good practice for aerospace welding and stuff, doing edge joints. So again, it's not a matter of just passing this big hunk of metal and stuff, and just, oh, bigger is better, all that egotistical whatever. No, this is a skill, and this is a skill. All right, two different types. One's a little bit more finesse, and one you're blasting, just watching those toes and so on and so forth. So this is another great exercise, and it'll help you really hone in your amperage and stuff for the 1 amp per 100 thousandths in thickness of material. Again, this is about 1/16, or actually, it's not 1/8, but yeah, it's close to that. So close to, or a little bit thicker than the 16th. I just put 60 amps because I knew I had my 1/16 filler metal, and I knew I can get that base metal pretty hot to actually start dabbing. All right. It still took some skill. All right. So to recap, all right, make sure that your height, again, I know a lot of books are saying an 1/8 inch. I'm saying a 16th and stuff. So when you get that 16th and you're actually running edge welds, or you get that 16th height and you're running stainless steel in these corner joints or whatever, you're gonna know that the tighter the better. You're gonna get better better results, especially for stainless steel. Carbon steel, I could have bumped it up, I could have did the whatever, but to hone in those skills a little bit, narrow it down and stuff, really helps with your control and stuff. All right. Any questions?
You need a lot of focus to don't accidentally oopsie.
Yep. Yep. And you notice I took dry runs too before I even started. Made sure nothing was in my way. Made sure I had nice, good arc and everything. All right. So, any questions? You guys ready to get started?